Hey y'all, welcome to My Way Mysteries, the channel that brings you interdimensional content, which means that the readings are from a broad and expansive point of view as they are channeled through vast dimensions of space and time and therefore should resonate with you guys whenever you come across them. So this is Inkanyamba reading, right? And what's coming through today has a lot to do with fear and the feelings of fear. I don't know how the reading will unfold as it carries on, but that this is our starting point type of thing. I've already pulled some cards, guys. um I started the video and I pulled the cards, but then it was taking me longer to decipher the cards or the message, so that's why I like turned it off and basically started a new video. I mean, I could have just edited Zanne, but yeah. um at the stage of Inkanyamba, guys, which is a state of being. Obviously, that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about a state of being, a certain level of consciousness, a certain level of understanding, and therefore a certain way in which one navigates the world, which is very much a navigation that is characterized by flow, that is characterized by the least resistance, like the resistance that only comes from nature, the one that is necessary for you to birth something into the physical world, not resistance from your side where you are like, why is this happening to me, and oh my god, this is so unfair. No, 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 no. You at this um at this frequency, you've let that go a long time ago. There's a certain relationship that you have with nature that encompasses trust, that encompasses a knowing that you are loved, that you are supported throughout your life, that everything that is coming about within what Abraham calls your vortex is happening in order to transform you or transform your energy to vibrate at the frequency where you attract everything which you want for yourself. At E-level, Yenkanyamba, it is characterized by you understanding that that is why it is Nkanyamba. That is what flow is. Um, and there tends to be this misconception. I say this all the time, but I'm gonna say it again, but we're just gonna go a bit deeper. There tends to be this misconception, at certain levels of consciousness or living, there's no things that you guys currently right now call bad, or call evil. So like, you're not gonna get sad, or you're not gonna get disappointed, and you're not gonna feel fear. And that is untrue. That's not that. But it's the way in which, at that level of consciousness, that you use your fear, that is so different to how you used it when you were navigating lower dimensions or um, lower, more restricted states of consciousness, where your sadness would cripple you and make you feel as though there's no way out, where your fear would cripple you and make you feel as if you cannot move to a next stage, or even that you shouldn't, or anything like that. But at a stage, Senkanyamba, your fear, particularly what we're talking about, is used in a different way. And do you guys watch Industry? I love Industry. I was just catching up on the last season, and in that last episode, Uato tells Harper, obviously, spoiler alert, just fast forward 10 seconds if you like still gonna watch it, or if you're still watching it. Uato tells Harper, Guti, don't make the mistake of thinking, that you can grow up and live in a world without fear. Like, no. And go stage Senkanyamba, you need to understand you do feel fear, but you're gonna do it regardless. Whatever it is that you're gonna do, whatever it is that you are going to accomplish, succeed in, transcend, You do it while the fear is there. It's not that everything you were able to do it because, oh, you're fearless. Like, you need to understand how fear is part of the human template. The way you perceive it isn't, it's not non-moving. Like, you might think that the way in which fear is perceived is like that throughout all the states of consciousness. No, the way in which you perceive fear right now is not the way you perceive fear stage in Nzunza, is not the way you perceive fear stage in Inkanyamba. There are states of consciousness where fear is a magnifying glass of some sort, where fear can help you see parts of yourself that are still needing healing, that are still needing balance, parts of yourself where you are still feeling disconnected. You are still feeling without the partnership of source. And not in the lower dimensions where fear might as well be equivalent to death, like where it stops you dead in your tracks and makes you feel sorry for yourself and basically not move for however amount of time until you wake up and get back to yourself. Good stage Senganyam, you still feel fear, but you keep it moving. The fear is one of the recipes that is part of this meal that you are manifesting, this thing that you are making come to life within your reality. Fear is part of the natural resistance that is necessary for something to get birthed. I remember explaining to you guys that resistance is natural. There is a certain level of resistance that is natural. That's why even when you give birth, even when a woman gives birth, there's a pushing that has to happen. If there wasn't resisting, then you wouldn't need to push. The baby would just come out. But because there's a certain resistance, the pushing is necessary. And it's the same thing, even Gulevo Inkanyamba, where it's like the birthing, where the resistance is not personal. When a mother is about to push her baby out, is the fact that she's pushing, it's not personal. She's not like, why me? Why do I need to push? This is not fair. No, she understands that this is a natural resistance. And Oxalai, I'm about to accomplish this. I'm about to birth this baby. And that's what y'all are basically understanding right now. Those of you that are, I'm getting like kind of entering this archway, like in Kanyamba, you are realizing how the rules within this matrix are different. It's not the same. And so this reading and the others that have been done is basically to update you on, don't be surprised at how things are different. The laws of nature are not hidden here under some like society conditioning and rules and stuff like that. No, here the laws of nature are more alive. Like they are more, you can feel them more. So therefore, like I said, things like resistance and fear, it's not here to put you down. If anything, it's actually here to help you do what you need to do more efficiently. It's here to help you be who you need to be more efficiently. It's not something you need to run away from. It's not even something at Inkanyamba level. Fear is not even something you need to pray about. Like, it's just okay, cool, this is happening. It's like a message. It's like an email that you need to read and you're like, okay, cool. So this is where I'm still, yeah, it's like a troubleshoot email where it's like, okay, this is where I still need to, this is where I still need to, okay, cool, let's go. So ultimately what I'm saying is like, even though you can feel that you are actually functioning at a very high frequency and that you've changed so much and you're entering a new way of being, a way of being that you can feel like from resonating with the Inkanyamba readings, and basically you can feel that like, hi guys, I'm no longer that person I used to be, or I'm no longer in that same place. And then something happens and you feel so afraid, and then you're suddenly also doubting yourself and being like, no, but why am I afraid? If I was the person I think I am, then I wouldn't be afraid. If I was the person I think I am, then this wouldn't be happening to me. This challenge is happening because I'm not the person I think I am. I'm not functioning at the consciousness that I think I'm functioning at. No, that is not true. That's not true. You are exactly who you think you are. You are functioning within the Kanyamba template. That is you. You have earned that. And the fear which you are feeling is completely natural. But you do not have to engage with the fear in the same way that you have always engaged with fear. It's not something that needs to be ducked and dived like around within this matrix. Within the Nkanyamba matrix, like you and fear can sit down at a bench in the park and you can be like, okay, what do you need to say? And then allow fear to say what they're here to say. Because the fact that they are occurring means they have something to say. And that has to do with all of your emotions. Transcend this thing where your emotions have to be ducked and dived, and the minute you feel an emotion you don't want to feel, you start to doubt yourself and think that you're not the girl you think you are, or you're not the guy you think you are. Like, you are, and the emotion you're feeling knows that. That's why it has brought you a message in order to further expand you. Otherwise it would have just crushed you and move on. Like, it didn't do that. It is knocking at a door. It is sitting down with you and you're like, no, no, don't come near me. Like, no, you're being dramatic. Like, chill. Like, chill. It's not that deep. At the end of the day, even this fear is isemsebenzini. And at Nkanyamba level, isebenzela wena. But the fact that you've been taught to even be afraid of fear. Like, that's the thing. You're actually more afraid of feeling an emotion that you don't want to feel than the actual emotion. So, which is something else. That, like, I don't even know what that is. That's something else. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And ultimately, at Nkanyamba level, you also need to understand, because see, everything you're feeling is you. It's basically you showing up to you in another dimension. When you are feeling fear, it's that part of you that's disconnected, trying to speak to you and tell you, yo, um, I'm glowing up. Like, there's something that's going on right now. It's either somebody you're talking to or something that's happening that's making me come up. Me being your fear. Me being the part of you that is disconnected from the divine, that feels small, that feels as though it does not have control over its surroundings, that feels as though it's alone. And your fear comes up to tell you that. It's like an alarm to say, yo, there's something up. It's your intuition, like saying, yo, there's something up. There's something happening, maybe in that meeting, maybe in that conversation, maybe in that sexual relation that doesn't have me feeling like expansive and free and open. It actually has me feeling restricted. And so it's manifesting in you having anxiety, in you having this fear towards different things. It could also be another emotion. It could be like a certain sadness, where your sadness maybe isn't even sadness. Maybe you're tired. Maybe it's like, yo, I'm feeling like this because you may have gone back to performing for people. I'm tired because I was not able to be my natural self for a really long time. So, this person that you keep calling your friend, are they your friend because why do I feel so tired after I chill with them? A tired that has you feeling like right, as I feel down. Ultimately now you're feeling kind of sad, because there is also a sense of maybe a self-betrayal, because you have just spent the last couple of hours where you claimed you were having fun, but you just spent those hours pretending to be someone you're not, because that's the person that this person expects. Wada 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 wada. Like, so yes, at Inkanyamba level, guys, your emotions are not about good or bad, or if I was having a good life, I would only feel joy in these emotions. No, you are able to use all of the Legos. You are able to, you understand that your emotions are just tools. They're versions of yourself that are tools that are there to help you build an even better version of yourself, an even higher functioning version of yourself, an even more efficient version of yourself. Yeah. Wisdom of the sacred. Like, boo, you're using tools that maybe before you didn't know how to use, but now, because you're learning how to use them, kuyavuleka khona la khanya khona where bekungakhanyi before. Like, light is coming in from places where you never thought light could come from. Like, wait, you're telling me there's light that can come from feeling fear? Yes, that's what I'm telling you. I need to, before you weren't able to see that because you were running away from the fear. You're like, I don't want to feel this. Let me pop these pills. I don't want to feel this. Let me pour a drink. I don't want to feel this. Let me do this. Ganti, by the way, you are just putting yourself deeper into the fear. It's just that you are knocking yourself out in such a way that you are not able to comprehend the message that is being brought to you. But if you are able to face that fear, you're gonna realize, Gusi, hey bo, this one is not here to hurt me. This one has a message. Oh shit. Like, you'll learn to say thank you to things like fear. You will learn to say thank you to your sadness. And ultimately, the whole point of this with Inkanyamba, again, I go back to the beginning, is to make you aware that you are perfectly safe within this world. There is nothing here that is here to hurt you. Everything here is so that you are functioning from a place of love, from a place of joy, from a place of wanting to be here, from a place of feeling connected to everything, from a place of flow, from the space of Inkanyamba. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. If the reading resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to book a personal reading, all the information is in the description box. Later, guys.